What's up, Top 10 fam? Rachel Fisher here, and before we start today's list, I'm beyond excited to announce the beginning of our new channel, Bumblebee, hosted by Dewey and I. I'm so excited. I'm just like ridiculously jazzed. It's gonna be a blast with a whole lot more of what you love and filled with some unexpected twists along the way. So be sure to get a head start and subscribe to our channel. It's gonna be so great, and I'll be so excited to see you there. You'll see me there, and it'll just be a great time. And now on to today's video. From books filled with legends and demons who follow you home, all this and more will be featured in our list of top 10 demonology secrets that are horrifying. Let's get started. Number 1. Demons follow you. Aleister Crowley is a really good example, so I'm going to be using him today. Aleister Crowley is going to be the example I use today because he is one of the most enigmatic people who have ever lived. Some say he was evil, others say he was a genius. Who says he can't be both? Crowley was raised Christian, but after his father died, his beliefs began to shift. He was an occultist, ceremonial magician, drug fiend, sex poet, and was once called a traitor to the British people. Everywhere he went, strange things seemed to follow. For instance, in one of his homes in Inverness, Scotland, the 2 children of his housemaid died mysteriously. Then one of his employees got so drunk one night he tried to kill his entire family. Even years after he left the place, the house remained possessed by a dark spirit. After the house had changed hands a couple of times, sellers tried to claim that the house wasn't haunted or possessed by Crowley in some way. But when they returned, the house was mysteriously up in flames. Similar events happened near wherever Crowley touched, and for many it was proof that if you dabble too far into evil, that it will follow you wherever you go. Number 9. The Munich Manual of Demon Magic. The Munich Manual of Demon Magic has a straightforward, confident title I can appreciate. It's exactly as it sounds. Within its pages there are rituals pertaining to the summoning of demons. It entirely ignores angels or other perhaps less menacing deities. Just straight to the good stuff. Though the name of the author is as yet unknown, we know he was a 15th century German magician with a one-track mind for demons. It contains 3 major types of magic: illusionist, divinatory, and psychological. It teaches you how to make things invisible, even make the dead appear to be alive once more. It can even teach you how to influence the minds and wills of others, or know all things past, present, and future. I couldn't find an online copy of it or where it is located, so hopefully it is somewhere safe. It sounds like the power in this book could be too much for the wrong person, so let's hope if it's not buried somewhere, that it remains in the right hands. Number 8. The Auralinda. The Auralinda became a subject of controversy pretty early on, with many people claiming that it was a fake or a hoax because the author was unknown. It was written in a West Germanic language called Old Frisian and covered many religious, historical, and mythological themes from 2194 BCE. The first time the public got wind of it was in the 1860s, however, and many stepped up to defend it as a genuine article while others opposed, which I think is what they wanted the public to believe. Around 40 years later though, you know it had to be evil because of what happened. The Auralinda was then translated into the Nordic Bible, which became the fixation of one Heinrich Himmler. You know, one of the most evil men in history to serve beneath one of the most evil men in history? Yeah. The leader of the SS? Yeah. This book inspired Himmler's Ahnenerbe organization, devoted to implementing racial doctrines. He was fascinated by the Auralinda, supposedly for its story of how the Frisians migrated from the lost city of Atlantis to Germany, therefore depicting Germans as some kind of superior beings. The Linda soon became known as Himmler's Bible, and for that reason alone, real or fake, it would have been nice if someone left this buried somewhere no one would have thought to look. Number 7. Demon traps. Most of our buildings in North America are relatively young compared to those found in Britain and Europe. Though there is still a lot of history here, chances are in England most of the houses are haunted, and not just with ghosts. In 2014, archaeologists dug up some of the floorboards in the Knoll House, one of Britain's most historic homes. What they were surprised to find were demon traps beneath the floorboards. 17th century England was a pretty suspicious time, but demon traps? That's some hardcore protection right there. The carvings were believed to ward off evil spirits and prevent demonic possession. They featured interlocking V-shapes, thought to invoke the Virgin Mary, and were specifically arranged around the fireplace, presumably because it's a close resemblance to hell. Apparently it's easy to trap demons near fireplaces. The traps were presumably placed to prepare for the arrival of King James I, who was obsessed with demonology and witchcraft. Not in like I love it kind of way I want to do it, but like in a no one should do it kind of way. An obsession that led to a deadly case of witch hunt fever, and thousands upon thousands of people were burned alive. The markings were specifically kept beneath the bed he stayed in, but whether or not they really worked, who knows? Maybe he was the demon. He caused a lot of death and suffering, so who knows? Number 6, the power of a name. Very often in movies, one of the most common things an exorcist will ask a demon is for their name, and then after that everything changes. Why is this so important, and what secret does it reveal? Number 1, how awkward would it be to refer to someone, especially a demon, as like, hey you demon, or what's up buddy? That's a bad joke. But secondly, and most importantly, naming a demon means you have power over them. They are no longer an unknown entity, it's anonymity having no further power over you. But be wary, saying the name of a demon out loud can either banish them or invite them to stay for dinner. Kind of like the Bloody Mary curse. Yeah, so whatever you do, don't say the name of a demon out loud. Meanwhile, I'll try and forget how many times I've said a demon's name out loud working on this channel. For you guys. So, it's all for you. Number 5, demons appear in your dreams. For those of you who have incredibly vivid dreams, this secret might be more terrifying than the others, especially for those of you who have night terrors. There is such a thing as lucid dreaming, which essentially is a higher state of awareness when you're inside your dream. You know you're dreaming and you can interact, even control your own dreams, which sounds awesome, right? But some legends say that if you do lucid dream, you may also be able to do something called astral projecting, which is where you kind of like leave your body. This, however, leaves your body open to spirits, or more importantly, demons for the taking. Remember the film Insidious? Yeah. Also one of my favorite scary movies. I love it. Yeah, just like that. But another way demons can visit you is while you are in a state called sleep paralysis. Your mind is awake, but your body can't move. One story involves a woman who, while experiencing sleep paralysis, had a demon come up from behind her and scream into her ear for what felt like an eternity. They can come in 3 forms: the cat with red eyes, the shadow man, and the man with the hat, and have been seen in artwork depicting nightmares all throughout history, so creepy. Number 4, why you shouldn't use Ouija boards. Okay, so the number 1 rule when it comes to studying demons and summoning them is that if you don't know who you are summoning or how to send them back, you're basically screwed. Remember the power of the name? Well, supernatural experts suggest that if you simply open a doorway, like when you use a Ouija board, even if you take your hands off the ride and declare, I don't want to play anymore, that doesn't mean who or what it was is done playing. Demons can follow you as soon as you give them any kind of permission, and opening a doorway is one way to make that happen. So if you are looking to summon a demon for some freaking reason, I don't know why, follow the specific steps for that specific demon. Otherwise, you may just have a new imaginary friend for life. And before we finish off with our top 3, remember to like this video if it's like up your alley and you love it, as well as subscribe and comment down below for what you think we missed, as well as don't forget about Bumblebee, because I'm super excited and it's gonna be magical. So number 3, the Lesser Key of Solomon. You've likely heard this name before, either on this channel or anywhere else. It is one of the most famous grimoires containing information on how to summon 72 demons. Creepier still, no one knows who wrote it. Legend says that King Solomon wrote the original for his son, who asked him to bury it with him when he died. Obviously, it didn't stay that way. A group of Babylonians found it while preparing for his tomb. The man who found it said that he received a vision from an angel who commanded him to conceal it from the unworthy, so he cast a spell on it. Did the spell work? Nope. It is now available in print or PDF online. Gee, instead of casting a little spell, maybe you should have buried it where no one would find it. You know, that's so smart. A little too late now, unfortunately, though the book isn't all about summoning demons. You can also learn ways to turn invisible or how to find love. So I guess that's one positive thing to come out of it, but still. 72 demons? Shoulda, woulda, coulda, but they didn't. Number 2, the devil has been defended in court. There have been a slew of criminals who have claimed demonic possession at the last minute to get out of a crime. But in the case of Arn Cheyenne Johnson, Ed and Lorraine Warren knew it was the real deal. In 1981, 19-year-old Johnson killed Alan Bono, and when authorities arrived, his only defense was, "The devil made me do it," which became the makeshift title for the case. But here's the thing. A year earlier, while the Warrens were attempting to exorcise his younger brother, Arn demanded that the demons enter him instead to save his brother. So good older brother job. So when the Warrens heard of the case, they hopped on the first plane they got. Now, acts of God have been defended in court in the past, specifically in relationship to insurance cases, like houses being struck by lightning or tornadoes, whatever natural causes. So the Warrens made the case that they have to defend accounts of the devil too. Despite a passionate defense, Arn was convicted but was released after good behavior just 4 years later. So who knows? Number 1. Signs it's a demon, not a ghost. I wanted to end number 1 with the typical like, hey guys, this is how you know it's a demon because I want you all to stay safe because we love you. Many houses can be haunted by ghosts, and most of the time it's 99% not a demon, just a wandering soul. But according to demonology, here is how to tell if it is a demon. Well, number 1, you and anyone who lives in the house starts to change, and you get the feeling that you don't want to be there. So you start to become really negative or violent or just completely opposite to your typical behavior. 2. Dark shadows will appear at the corner of your eye or while you sleep. 3. Unexplained bite and scratch marks, even bruises will be found on your body with no recollection as to how you got them. And last but not least, and the most important, is the scent of sulfur. Double check it's not a gas leak, but chances are if you are experiencing any of these and more, get the church on the line. And that was our top 10 demonology secrets that are horrifying. If you like this video, you know what to do. Like, follow, and subscribe, as well as remember to get a head start to subscribe to Bumblebee. I've been your host, Rachel Fisher, and until next time guys, take care.